is the topmost devotee. Srimati Radharani, there are many transcendental qualities of Srimati Radharani, and in the scriptures like Chaitanya Charitamrita and many other literatures mentioned, there are 25 transcendental qualities of Srimati Radharani. And you know what is the last quality of Srimati Radharani? The last quality, the 25th transcendental quality of Srimati Radharani is she fully controls Krishna. So this particular quality, she fully controls Krishna. So this quality itself is the topmost quality, and she can fully control Krishna. Krishna is controlling everything. Krishna is controlling all the three worlds, and unlimited universes come from him. He is a source of material and the spiritual world. Everything emanates from him. But he is controlled by Srimati Radharani. So, but that is also his wish, that is also Krishna's wish, that he wants to be controlled by Srimati Radharani, because Srimati Radharani is very, very dear to Krishna. I was just reading Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's quote today morning. Somebody had sent me, very nice quote, please do hear this, quoted by, said by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He says, others worship Radha due to her connection with Krishna. Others worship Radha due to her connection with Krishna, but we worship Krishna only. We worship Krishna only because of his connection with Radha. Should I repeat this? Others worship Radha due to her connection with Krishna, but we worship Krishna only because of his connection with Radha. You know what he said? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur said that those who worship Vishnu, they are called Vaishnavas. Those who worship Krishna, they are called Karsneya. And those who worship Srimati Radharani, they are called Gaudiyas. So we are the worshippers of Srimati Radharani. We are actually more on the side of Srimati Radharani, because if you please Srimati Radharani, it is very, very easy to please Krishna. And another thing, I was reading a part of Srila Prabhupada's lecture where Prabhupada says very nice thing. I just want to read out. Prabhupada says, oh, here is a devotee of Krishna. He immediately recommends Krishna. Oh, here is a devotee. He is better than me. This is Radharani. Prabhupada said, I may be not a devotee, I may be a fallen rascal, but if I try to reach Krishna to Radharani, then my business is successful. Therefore, we should worship Radharani first. Instead of directly offering flower to Krishna, we just put it in the hands of Radharani. My mother Radharani, Jagannatha, if you kindly take this flower and offer it to Krishna. Radharani says, oh, you have brought a flower. Krishna says, Krishna immediately accepts. As soon as you offer to Radharani, Krishna accepts immediately. So this is our philosophy, to please Krishna through Radharani. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, what is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahabhav Swarup Shri Radha Thakurani Sarva Guna Khani Krishna Kanta Shiromani, which means Shri Radha Thakurani is an embodiment of Mahabhav. She is a repository of all good qualities and crucial among all the lovely consorts of Lord Krishna. So all the consorts of the Supreme Lord, whether they are in Vaikuntha or they are in Dwarka, the queens of Dwarka, the Lakshmis of Vaikuntha, they are all expansions of Srimati Radharani. So Srimati Radharani, she is Adi Lakshmi. She is the origin of all the energies. So Lakshmi Radharani also expands. Like Krishna expands, his Vishnu expansions are there. Similarly, Radharani also expands as Lakshmis of Vaikuntha and queens of Dwarka. So time is very, very short, and quickly I would like to narrate this pastime of Srimati Radharani's appearance, how Radharani appeared in this material world. You like to hear how Radharani appeared in this material world? Srimati Radharani's appearance on earth. So this is a pastime which is narrated in Lalit Madhav by Srila Rupa Goswami. So time is very very short. I like to speed up and I like to try to cover it quickly. So this was actually spoken by Purnamasi. Purnamasi, she is the Yogamaya and she arranges all the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan in Braj. So Purnamasi Devi, she is narrating this pastime to Gargi. Gargi being the daughter of Gargacharya, and Purnamasi was informed by Narada Muni about this pastime. So what is this pastime? Let us try to speak fast as possible. So Vindhya Parvat, see, we also see that these mountains are also, they also have a personality. So Vindhya Parvat, he was very envious of the great Himalaya mountains. You know why? Because Himalaya mountain's daughter Parvati got married to Mahadev. So Vindhya was very very envious. So he was praying for a daughter. He was desiring for a daughter whose husband could defeat Mahadev in battle. So for that Vindhya had to do something. So what did Vindhya Parvat do? Vindhya Parvat or Vindhya Hills, he performed severe austerities, tried to please Brahma. And Brahma was pleased because of austerities, and Brahma appeared after some time and Brahma asked him, okay, what kind of boon you want? So Vindhya replied, Vindhya said he wants to have a daughter who could defeat Mahadev, whose husband can defeat Mahadev in battle. Now Brahma, out of because Vindhya's devotion, Brahma was very much pleased, easily pleased, you know. Lord Brahma gets very much easily pleased. Brahma, Lord Shiva, they are very much easily pleased. So Brahma said, okay, tathastu, done. So you will have a daughter whose husband will defeat Mahadev in battle. Now Brahma later on when he gave this benediction, he thought, who can defeat Mahadev in battle? It is not possible at all. So Brahma was literally confused. He didn't know what to do. He was thinking what to do. Who can defeat Mahadev in battle? Then he thought, oh, Lord Krishna's pastimes is going to take place on this earth. So one thing can be done. Brahma thought, if somehow or other Radharani can become the daughter of Vindhya Parvat, then naturally Krishna is her eternal husband. Then Krishna can defeat Mahadev in battle. But then Brahmaji thought, how it is possible that Radharani can become daughter of Vidya? Because she is eternally the daughter of Srimati Kirtida. Right? She is the eternally daughter of Maharaj Vrishabhanu. But how it is possible that she can become a daughter of Vindhya Parvat and then Krishna is her husband and then Krishna will defeat Mahadev in battle? This is a little complicated. So Brahma was bewildered. Brahma didn't know what to do. So he thought, okay, only solution is that I should now try to please Srimati Radharani. So then what happens? Brahma also performs lot of austerities, you know, to please Srimati Radharani. And finally Srimati Radharani also appears. And then Radharani says, okay, done. So to please Brahma, to give benediction to Brahma, Radharani also says, tathastu, it will be done. So how it will be done? For Radharani, nothing is impossible. So Yogamaya arranged for two girls. Who were these two girls? These two girls were Radharani and Chandravali, who were already born in the wives of Vrishabhanu and Chandrabhanu. Right? So the daughter of Chandrabhanu was Chandravali and daughter of Kirtida was Srimati Radharani. So both of them appeared in the wombs of the wives of Vrishabhanu and Chandrabhanu. And then what happened as a result? Later on, what did Yogamaya did is, Yogamaya now transferred these daughters Radharani and Chandravali in the womb of the wife of Vindhya Parvat. So Yogamaya can do that, just like Balramji was transferred from the womb of Rohini from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. Is it not? So it is possible. So now the daughters Radharani and Chandravali, they were put in the womb of the wife of Vindhya Parvat. Now what happened as a result? Wife of Vindhya Parvat begot two daughters. They were very, very beautiful. And in the meantime, what happened? Lord Krishna also had appeared in Mathura. Lord Krishna appeared as Mathura, and then the Supreme Lord had instructed Vasudev to take Krishna to do Gokul and also get the daughter there. Now, Yogamaya also appeared there at Gokul. So Vasudev took Krishna where? Vasudev took Krishna to Gokul and kept Krishna there and took the daughter, came back and put her in the prison cell. So then what happened? Hearing that Devaki's eighth child has taken birth, Kansa became very, very furious and immediately came and he snatched the girl from the lap of the Devaki. And when Kamsa was ready to throw the girl on the stone and smash her, you know what happened? The girl escaped. And the girl escaped from his hand, appeared in her form as Durga, as Yogamaya Devi. She declared loudly, Kansa, you were the demon Kalnevi in your previous birth, and the Supreme Lord killed you. Now, he has appeared again on the earth to give pleasure to all the living entities. And you should know one more thing, by tomorrow what will happen? 8 Mahashakti greater than and more attractive than me will also take birth on the earth. And their names are, so this Yogamaya Durga, she is informing Kamsa. So their names are Radha, Chandravali, Lalita, Vishakha, Shamla, Bhadra, Shaibya. So they will also appear, Padma. And among these 8 Mahashakti, 2 will become famous of their great qualities. Who are those? Radharani and Chandravali. And then whoever marries these 2 girls will be most fortunate. He will be the Rajendra and will be so powerful that he will be able to defeat Mahadev in the battle. And after saying this, the Devi disappeared and Durga, she disappeared and they left for Vindhya mountain. And when Kansa heard from Durga Devi or the Yogamaya, he ordered Putana. He said, you kill all the recently born auspicious male children and abduct all the newborn female children. So according to the order, Putana, what she did is, she was searching for such children and finally she found 2 most beautiful baby girls. Who were those baby girls? Radharani and Chandravali, who had appeared as the daughters of Vindhya Parvat. After Vindhya Parvat gave wife to 2 daughters, what happened is, Vindhya arranged a sanskar ceremony for these 2 daughters. There was a yajna going on. The Brahmanas were performing yajna, swaha, swaha, swaha. And what happened? Putana suddenly came and he picked up those beautiful girls. Immediately she picked them and started to fly away in the sky. And when Vindhya saw this Putana, the witch, she has taken my children, my daughters, and flying up in the sky. So he told the Brahmana to chant some mantras and to kill this Putana. And the Brahmanas, they started chanting mantras. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. And what happened? Putana became weaker and weaker and weaker. And she was not able to hold both the girls. And what happened? Through one of them, because she was not able to hold both the girls, and one of them she threw into the river. And one of them, one of the girls, when she fell, you know where did she fall? She fell in the kingdom of Vedarbha. So that's how Vedarbhi appeared. So Bhishma, King Bhishma, who was the father of Rukmini, she picked up the daughter Chandravali and kept with her till the age of 5. And what happened? At that time, what happened? Jamban was residing in both the Vindhya Parvat and the Govardhan mountain. And by the order of Vindhya, what happened? Jamban went to Vidarbha and took this girl back. She was known as Chandravali. And this expansion of Chandravali, so Rukmani Devi. So that's how Rukmani Devi, expanded from Chandravali, expanded Rukmani Devi in Dwarka. So that's how Rukmani appeared as the daughter of King Bhishmak. So while Putana was still flying with another girl, and her weakness increased, and upon reaching Vraja, so she fell to the ground. So at that time, what happened? Purnamasi came there, and she recovered the other girl also, baby girl also, and she gave this girl to Mukhra. You know who is Mukhra? She is the mother of Kirtida. So she is like the grandmother of Radharani, Mukhra. So she gave that girl to Mukhra, and Mukhra got it. He brought that girl to King Vrishabhanu and requested Vrishabhanu to take care of her. So this is a story of one Kalpa. See, different Kalpas and different millennium, there are different stories about the appearance of Srimati Radharani. So in one Kalpa, Srimati Radharani appeared in Barsana, and one Kalpa, Srimati Radharani appeared in Raval. So, and then Purnamasi also recovered 5 more girls. Who were the 5 more girls? They were Lalita, Padma, Bhadra, Shaibya and Shyama. So this is one story. Another description is also their appearance of Srimati Radharani on this planet. The story is like this. What happened once? Suryadev, Bhanu, Suryadev means sun god, he worshipped Lord Hari with the desire to get Srimati Radharani as his daughter. So Supreme Lord Krishna was so pleased with Surya, he agreed to fulfill his desire. So what happened in Gokul Mahavan, there is a village called Raval. Raval, as you know, where Radharani appeared. So this is the story of another millennium. So in that village, there was a king. There was a king among the cowards. His name was Mahabanu. Right? And so what happened? Mahabanu had 5 sons. Mahabanu had 5 sons. Who were those 5 sons? Chandrabhanu, Ratnabhanu, Vrishabhanu, Subhanu and Pratibhanu. These were the 5 sons of Mahabanu. And each of them was very, very nice, Vaishnavas, very self-controlled, everything. And among these 5 brothers, Vrishabhanu was selected to take up the position of what? Throne. He was like the king, King Vrishabhanu. And this Vrishabhanu Maharaj is actually not different from Suryadev. Because Suryadev, you remember, he had worshipped Krishna to have Radharani as a daughter. So same Suryadev appeared as Vrishabhanu Maharaj. And Vrishabhanu Maharaj was enthroned. And then what happened? And Vrishabhanu, he performed thousands and thousands of yagyas. And what happened after that? There was another very, very rich coward man in that village, whose name was Bindu. What was his name? His name was Bindu. And his wife's name was Mukhra. And this Mukhra is Jewish Mukhra. She is a grandmother of Radharani, mother of Kirtida. Mukhra is the mother of Kirtida. Right? So Bindu, husband of Mukhra, Bindu and Mukhra, they had 5 sons and 3 daughters. Who were the 5 sons? Bhadrakirti, Chandrakirti, Mahakirti, Mahabal and Shrida. These were the 5 sons and 3 daughters, Bhanumudra, Kirtimati and Kirtida. So this Kirtida, she was the mother of Srimati Radharani. So what happened? King Vrishabhanu Maharaj, he got married to Kirtida. Okay. And so what happened? Even after so many years, they did not have any child. They were bereft of child. They had no children, So they were very distressed, very unhappy. Even after so many years, they had no son, no daughter, nobody. They were performing yagya, they were giving charity, and they were performing special pujas, they were performing archanas, they were traveling to different holy places, but no children at all. And finally what happened? Most chaste Kirtida, she advised her husband to worship Devi Katyayani. So Maharaj Vrishabhanu, on the request of Mother Kirtida, he started worshipping Katyayani, and he went to the foothill of Govardhan on the bank of river Yamuna. And he also performed severe austerities. Who? King Vishwabhanu. And he observed severe austerities, Maunavrata, observing silence and abstaining from food for a long, long time. And one day what happened in his meditation while doing the vrata, King Vishwabhanu heard a sound. What was the sound vibration? So he had heard a verse. It said, "Oh my dear son, without accepting Harinam, the ears do not get purified. To chant the holy name of Hari is most auspicious. Accept the holy name of Hari properly." Then what happened when Vishwabhanu Maharaj heard that he has to actually chant the holy name and it is very, very auspicious. So what should he do? Where should he get this holy name from? He should get this holy name from some sage. Right? So what happened? Maharaj Vishwabhanu, he went to sage Kratu Muni. And his ashram was situated very, very near at the bank, on the bank of Yamuna. And he accepted Harinam from Kratu Muni. Who? Vrishabhanu Maharaj accepted Harinam from Kratu Muni. You know what is that Harinam he accepted? What is the mantra? Vrishabhanu Maharaj got from Kratu Muni. This is the mantra which is mentioned in Brahmanda Puran, Uttarakhand. And this mantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. This is the mantra which was received by Maharaj Vishwabhanu. And he was chanting like anything. And after giving this Mahamantra to the king, Kratu Muni said to Maharaj Vishwabhanu, what did he say? You know, whether you are a Shakta or a Shaivya. Shakta means whether you are a worshipper of Durga or a worshipper of Lord Shiva, whether you are a Saurya, worshipper of sun god, or you are a Vaishnava, worshipper of Vishnu, or Ganapatya, whether you are worshipper of Ganesh. In any case, only Hari Ram Kirtan can purify you. So unless until one takes Hari Ram in the beginning, no other mantra will give any result. So even while chanting Gayatri also, those who have got second initiation, it is also mentioned Radha Tantra. If you chant Gayatri without chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, even the Gayatri mantra will not be effective. So the same thing is mentioned here. And then he said, Harinam which I have offered you has been glorified by Srila Vyasadeva. When once he was asked by Sud Goswami, Brahma also taught this process of chanting Harinam to Angira Muni. So like that he was glorifying the Harinam, and Kratu Muni received this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and he was chanting on the bank of Yamuna with devotion. After some time what happened, Katyayani Devi was very, very pleased, and Katyayani Devi appeared before Vishwabhanu Maharaj, and she wanted to give some benediction, and King Vishwabhanu he told Katyayani Devi, simply by having your darshan, all my desires have been fulfilled. If you are pleased to give me some boon, then what can I say? The desires of my heart are known to you. So Katyayani Devi, what she did? She gave King Vishwabhanu an oval box in the shape of golden egg. एक सोने के अंडे के रूप में एक डब्बा था, oval box in the shape of golden egg, and that was given to King Vishwabhanu. And very soon Srimati Radharani appeared, and he came back to Barsana, and that's how they had Srimati Radharani with her. That's how Srimati Radharani appeared. And there's another description. Very quickly, I just want to narrate. It's only 2 minutes left, and this is like this. This third description. Once King Vishwabhanu was taking bath in the waters of Yamuna, meditating over the Lord, and what happened? 1,000 petal lotus flower came floating towards him, touched his body, and when he opened his eyes, he saw the most beautiful molten gold colored girl lying on the lotus and moving her hands and legs. As the king had no child, he was very happy to receive the girl. He brought her to the palace and gave her to his wife Kirtida. Thus Srimati Radharani appeared in earthly home of her eternal parents Kirtida, Sundari and Maharaj Vishwabhanu. So this is the third story. So there are many stories in different kalpas. So this is the some explanation, this is some description of Radharani's appearance, and today is the holy appearance of Srimati Radharani. We like to beg Srimati Radharani to provide us devotion, provide us devotion at the lotus feet of Krishna, so that we can engage ourselves nicely in their service. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.